Hezekiah was a man of faith, great faith, compassion, and he didn't consider himself a pastor or a reverend or a minister. He considered himself a servant. He provided services, and that was him.
That's the thing I love about Rev. He just had this thing about giving, you know? It was just special.
He was always a visionary about helping people, helping the community.
The legacy of Reverend Stewart and the Watershed is love, compassion, service to those who have been forgotten or need help.
He was not concerned about recognition. He wanted to do good. He wanted to do right. But I think we as individuals should mimic his work.
The thing about Reverend Stewart, he could always identify the good in anyone. He took a holistic approach, knowing that people in need needed a variety of services. And that's what he was all about, was about helping people.
He believed in his work. And when you believe in your work, it's easy. And he wanted you to believe in his work. He wanted you to see that same vision.
The watershed is a biblical term. Hezekiah thought he was a great fisherman, but he wasn't. One day he was at the river by himself. Some other fishermen were there, and they were hitting at what they call the shads. And people don't eat shads. They use them for baits or whatever. And so when they left, there were some shads that hadn't been beaten to death that he took, put them in a bag and put them back into the mainstream. And they went, that's his story. And they just came back to life. So he said the Lord just put that in his spirit. The Lord told him that's what I need you to do with people. And so that's how the Watershed came about.
They were the world's first social hospital. Certainly, he provided a wide range of services for people in need.
We provide utilities assistance, gas, water, electric. We have the pantry that we try to do 400 gift boxes a month. We have a clothing room for men, children, and women. We have what we call a health area where we provide wheelchairs and walkers and those things that an aging group might need or anybody that might be disabled. We have someone here on staff that works with Medicare, and we have job placements. We have a gentleman here that directs that, and we have the Children Family Services. When a person comes in here, we just try to touch whatever need they have.
I say Reverend Stewart was ahead of his time. He recognized to make that person whole, we need to address their social needs. And indeed, the social hospital is needed.
And we just got to where if you needed any of that stuff and you called the radio station, we referred you to the Watershed. And that was one of the things that we kind of built a relationship. And then we started doing live broadcasts at the Watershed.
And above all, Jesus, I ask that you will teach us even more and more how to love one another.
You know, having a partner like Reverend Stewart was not your typical partner. He was such a role model in terms of kindness, service, but also toughness.
You know, I was dealing with this struggle in my life because I'm on a hip hop radio station. It's just something just started getting to me because the music and the lyrics and all of this stuff. And I remember going and talking to Reb, and he said to me, well, Joe, you need to find something that you can put within them songs that could make a difference. And that's when we started thinking of stuff like that, doing more community things and inviting the people to be a part of the station.
When people heard about his work, it's just like Dr. Bruce. Dr. Bruce came down here because Dr. Bruce was a compassionate, he loved his community. And so when he saw what Hezekiah was doing, he came down here and introduced himself and said, hey, we're about the same. They became great friends, and Dr. Bruce became a member of the board here, the Watershed board, and they worked well together.
One day I went by the Watershed, and Reverend Stewart wasn't there. So I got nosy, and I said, you know, what's in this room over here next door that's so important, that solves all of my problems? And so I slipped into the room and looked around, and there was nothing in the room except a red telephone with the word God on it. And I realized that Reverend Stewart had a direct line to God, and that's how he was able to solve my problems and that of other people.
His legacy would be to continue the social hospital, continue to help others, do it with a compassion or a caring spirit. That would make him happy.
I get a little emotional when I talk about him. He was like a father figure to me. So the things that he did will live on forever and ever. He's a great man. He touched a lot of souls. In a positive way. He's a great guy.
Just a tremendous individual. We miss him dearly.
You know, the saying is, what would Jesus do? So I tell them around here, what would Hezekiah do? The community has been impacted by his legacy and by the Watershed. We're still here.
On behalf of the Arkansas Center for Health Improvement's Health Policy Board, it is my distinct honor to recognize Reverend Hezekiah Stewart with the 2025 Dr. Tom Bruce Arkansas Health Impact Award.